What's going on, guys? So today we are going to be rebuilding the carburetor on the 71 Torino. I got a couple parts coming in, so I got a new gas tank coming in, and new fuel lines are coming in too. But today we're going to get that carburetor off. We're going to rebuild it. We'll see how it goes. I haven't rebuilt too many carburetors, but you know, we're going to give it a try. So all right, so we'll get started here. So it doesn't look too bad to get this off. As you can see, there's going to be 1, 2, 3. I got a socket in there already, and 4 bolts that hold this on, and there's a gasket between the carburetor and the manifold. We got our fuel filter line we got to take off. There's not a hose clamp on it now, so that's already taken care of. We just got to pop this hose off of there. And then we have a couple clips for the throttle, and we should be good. And then we'll get to rebuilding this thing. All right, guys, so we're inside now. I'm just right in my kitchen, and right now I'm just using my my Pew Pew cleaning mat. And here's the carburetor kit that I went with. It's a Walker Products. I don't know how good they are, but we'll see. Hopefully it's the right kit too. Not totally sure. This is what I went off of. I don't know if you can see that or not. So hopefully it's the right kit, and we'll get to it. Like I said, I'm no mechanic here. You know, this is just kind of a hobby thing for me. I like to do it, and I think it's fun. So I may not do it right, and I'm sure you guys will let me know. So, all right, so we're just going to kind of unbox this. It's like a diaphragm. Now, I believe what they do is they throw gaskets in here for several different models of carburetors so that they kind of cover what you may have. I could be wrong in that. I'm pretty sure that's what they do, but we'll find out. So hopefully we have all the right parts for ours. All right, I had to change my focus here just a little bit. I was just a little out of frame. So again, this is the Walker Walker Products Fuel System Repair. Looks like they do fuel injection too. So this is the part number that I went with. Made in USA. So yeah, let's give it a go. Alright, so you can't really see, so all I'm using for this kit, hopefully, is it's kind of just a cheap cobalt set, just full of all kinds of bits. What is nice about that is they have all those specialty bits, and let's see here, if I can find you. Yep, there you are, like those. So that's why I really like these kits. They're cheap and they have a lot in there. So, all right, well, let's get to this. All right, so I'm not exactly sure where to start with this. We're just going to kind of go for it. So, here we go. So it looks like we're kind of hung up right here, and if you can see, there's a little tiny clip right there. So we're going to pop that out and see if we can just keep this whole thing kind of... All right, there it is. Pop that right there. Should be able to pop this off now. Yep, there we go. Okay. Set that off to the side. I think we're going to be replacing a diaphragm inside of here. I believe that's it for this part. So I got a gasket here. We have our float. And I gotta say, this actually looks pretty good. We may just be replacing gaskets on this. I don't know. Alright, we'll take that off too. One more. Come on. There. Dang gloves. I can never get gloves. I do a lot with my hand. Little spring popped out of there. So this is that diaphragm. Doesn't look like it's in bad shape, but we're going to replace it anyways. So this was sitting like this with this spring inside of here. And it looked like as you kind of pumped this, kind of pushed on that diaphragm. Try to keep the screws together as much as I possibly can. I'll kind of show you here. So you saw me start putting them in here. What I need to do now though is start putting them in here. That way I can kind of keep track of them. As far as clips, usually I can keep track of clips pretty well. So, alright. Get you moved back over here. There we go. Yep, we got one more here. Alright. Oh, look at that. I didn't even have to use a wrench on that out of here. We'll take that off next. It looks like this was actually leaking maybe a little bit. It's a little wet. I don't know. But we are replacing the gasket on this anyway, so shouldn't be too bad. Now, I don't know if this actually needed to be replaced or not, all these gaskets and this whole rebuild kit. I'm doing this more for just peace of mind. I've rebuilt this once already. That was probably almost 10 years ago, and it's just been sitting. It hasn't really been driving at all, or running, for that matter. So I plan on kind of getting going on this project and getting this car running and driving I'm kind of sick of it sitting there and doing nothing, so I want to get to using it. So that's why I'm replacing all this. It may not need it, but I'm going to do it anyways, just because. Oh yeah, you can smell the bad gas in that. There's another gasket off. So that's going to be this piece here. It looks like this gets threaded in there. I'll have to get a wrench and get that off. We'll go to something else here for a little bit. Now, I don't know what this is exactly. And I know it says lean. Not exactly sure what that means. I don't know if it's for the choke or what the deal is with that. Like I said, I'm no expert at this. I just like doing it because it's fun and I like learning about it. So maybe we'll look it up, or maybe you guys can let me know. Let me know in the comments if you guys know exactly how this. But I do feel like if I pull this off, there's going to be a spring in there, which kind of makes me nervous. But we're going to do. Stubby's not cutting it. Now, I may not be able to get into this entire carburetor just because of lack of experience, and we'll see how far we get. You know, when it comes into all these different springs, all that kind of stuff, I don't really know how all that works. I'll do what I can to pull apart as much as I can, because I do want to try to be as thorough as possible, but at the same time, I may not kind of bear with. So there's a spring inside of there. I'm assuming, I don't know exactly how this works, but I'm assuming as it warms up, this spring probably expands or contracts, depending on which way that might go, and which would be turning, I believe, then that would in turn possibly turn this. I'm not exactly sure, because choke, you're like this. I believe as it warms up, it slowly starts to open this back up. It could be the opposite way. I'm not exactly sure. So, do have a gasket here. Pop that off here. And to be honest, it kind of feels like this wasn't on there right to begin with, because I believe that hook right there, right here, is supposed to catch this, and when that spring opens and closes, it's supposed to open this, and it didn't quite feel like it was on anything. So when I pulled this off years ago, I may not have even hooked this up right. But hopefully we can get this hooked up correctly this time. Alright, guessing that there's going to be a spring down in there, check ball. So where does that go? I believe this whole thing should pop right out of here. Oh, that looks like it's in pretty good shape right here for this float ball. I believe this is going to be our needle. That looks pretty new, pretty good right there. Now, I believe I have all the replacements for this, and you can even see this filter. I mean, that's just spot. Nice. All right, gasket in here. Now, one of the biggest things that I want to do here is clean these plates. Especially this one, you can see how rusted this is. And it looks like I can take these two screws off, and I should be able to pop that off of there. But we'll find out. Oh, I gotta take this apart here. Pop that off. There should be a gasket in there. Alright, let me go grab a wrench for that, and I'll be right back. Alright, so just wanted to show you guys, I got one pretty much done. You can see the before and after here. So obviously before and after. Yeah, so we'll do that to the other one here, and we'll get it thrown back on. Ooh. Tough little bugger there. There we go. Alright, so this one didn't want to go in. Let me try this screw. Can't imagine it'll be any different, but let's try. Yeah. Oh, I might have got it going here. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so those are in. Okay. Alright, let's get this out of the way. We'll pull this flapper off here. This one might be a little tougher. These are pretty small screws here. Right there and there. I don't even know if I have anything that small. I just have to clean that one in place. Alright, so we got that cleaned up a little bit. Probably as good as we can right now. So you can see there's pretty deep pitting in there. And I tried to sand this in place, and you know, you're not going to get too far with that really unless you get these off. I just don't have that right now, and that's alright, you know. So, alright, well, we're going to start putting this back together. We're going to swap parts again. Go back to here. And I believe we're going to need this with our filter. Okay. Get that in there. I'm going to take my gloves off for this part. Open both of these bags because it looks like we're going to need some parts out of both of these. See, I don't know where that may not even go to this model carburetor. I don't know. So let's get the old one. There's the new one. You can actually see that they're a little different in length. It looks like a piece of this may have broken off at one point. So push this back in there. A little harder than it looks. There, that's in there. Okay. So as you can see here, we got a gasket that's going to go onto here. Inline filter. It looks like this kit doesn't come with a new one, so we're going to have to reuse this old one, but not a big deal. You guys saw this one's pretty clean, so I'm not too worried about that. This spun in here. I am noticing too, this does seem a little different. So if you look at these, this one's got the notches so you can get a flathead on there. This one does not, so you can see the difference. A little weird, but I think we're going to be okay. I hope. Tighten on there. These look the same. There's nothing different about these, so that's good. We'll get this clip on here. That dropped in there, just like so. Okay, so it looks like we're good there. We're not going to do anything with these because the float bowl itself is in pretty good tack, so we're going to keep that together. Go ahead and drop that in there. So we do need to get, it's kind of tricky here, so we do need to get this Alright, so we are put back together. Got that all put back on. Got my clip back on like before. And should be good to go. Alright, so we were right here before I noticed that gasket was missing. So we'll continue from there. Now I do believe that there's going to be a gasket that goes on this. And unfortunately that's not in the kit. So I need to find it somewhere. There we go, right here. So here's our old gasket. We'll get this put back on there. Seems to be in pretty fair shape still too. It's still pliable. It's not cracking. It's not breaking when I flex it. So I think we should be fine there. Get this put back on here. All right, now we are on to this. So this one did come with the new, so it came with this. So it did not come with a new spring, but not a big deal. We don't really need a new spring. This is the old one. They seem to match up pretty good. Again, you know, these aren't cracking. They're not dry rotted or anything like that, but we're gonna replace them anyways. Ooh, see, here's the, oh, just like this. So go ahead and get these started. Okay. Oh, whoa, wrong guy. Now this should, see, I did do it wrong. All right, pull this back off. So this needs to spin because this hooks on over here. So we'll spin this around. There we go. Get these going again. There we go. Okay. Now you can see as well, They do give you gaskets to go onto the manifold. We'll find out which ones they are. We'll go back to the car and look at what one's on there now, if there is one on there now, and we'll try to match it onto that. So we won't worry about it too much right now. It looks like they give you 3 different ones. I don't know what distinguishes why you get the one that you get, but that's why we keep the old parts so we can see what was on there. Ooh, you know what else I missed? The gasket on here. Alright, I'll bring you back again. Alright, so we got the new gasket put on there. Just the things that happen like that, they get missed, but as long as you catch them, it's okay. So it looks like this comes with a new clip to go on right here, so we'll get that put on hopefully. I am noticing it looks like they have this kind of crimped on here. Let's see if we can get these opened up and get this popped off of here. So there we go, and that just goes flying, and then we're good. So which way are they wanting this thing on here? It looks like it's going to go like this. So it looks like we just need to kind of pinch that a little bit. Oh, all right. So we have that on there now. Fan of that clip. I think we're going to go. I think we're going to stick with the old one. That one seems to hold on. Put down here. Give this a little pinch. All right, there you go. So you can see that there. This clip here. Alright, so what is going to be next? We can go ahead and get this ring back on here. Flip it the opposite way that it was. There we go. Okay. Alright. Alright. Let's see, what do we have left? I think that's almost going to be it here. Yeah, that's going to be it. I will say, something feels a little off here. I think I'm going to pull that back off. See if it's back. Yeah, see that got pushed. Feel. Alright. Seems to feel pretty good. We're gonna oil this up a little bit, these 2 springs. Get these a little less squeaky, and then we can go throw it back on. And then we'll get this filter put back on. We can do that right now. Get that on there. Alright. So we got that back on. Boy, this filter seems bent. That or I cross-threaded it. I might have. Yeah, that feels right. Alright. Yeah, so we'll get some oil this up a little bit, and then we'll go throw it back on the car. Alright, so I just found a really cool can. I wanted to show it to you guys. It's called Beaver Slick. It's a Teflon penetrating gel lube. And what's really cool about it is, man, I am horrible with the camera here. It is made in Kalamazoo, Michigan, or manufactured for Beaver Research Company, Kalamazoo, Michigan. So that was kind of cool. So we'll use this today and see how it does. I don't remember where I got this from. Could have been a grandfather. I don't know, but we'll try it out. Get this all oiled up and oh yeah. Yeah, that's much better. Get all these pivot points. There we go. That sounded much better. Alright, got rid of the squeak, that's for sure. Nice. Okay. Alright, I think we're ready to get this back up on the car. Oh, we'll do a couple more spots up here. Now again, we're going for function, not looks. So we just want to get this car running good, and you know, that's kind of the whole point of this whole process, is not to make it look pretty, but to make it work. So, oh yeah, that took that squeak right away. So cool. All right, well, I'll see you back at the car. So we got that all back together. Everything seems to be moving pretty good. Yeah, I think we'll be fine. We will be good. So I do need to figure out what exactly this is. I have no clue. I'll have to do some research on this. It seems to be some kind of throttle position sensor almost. I believe this gets bolted on right here, and as this throttle plate comes forward, it pushes on this. I don't know. So we're gonna figure that out later. But for now, we'll get this wrapped up. We'll get the air box back on. Get that guy on there. We don't have an air filter yet. That will be coming. Just to kind of help keep some of the animals and bugs and debris out, we're just going to put the cover on anyways. And there we go. Don't need to over tighten it. There we go. For now, thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned. We do have a new fuel tank and new fuel lines coming. If we need to, we will replace the fuel pump. I don't think it needs replaced yet. We're going to find out. So stay tuned. Thanks.